Derek, go ahead.
Hi, Coach.
Hi.
Derek with the Korea Daily. BJ Chung playing Korean. So it's been 2 weeks since Sonny joined the team. So has he mentioned any difficulties related to the team or adapting to life in the US?
He's not mentioned anything to me, and judging by his smiles that he brings every day to work, I don't see any issues. I don't know his living situation, but I'm sure that'll be sorted soon, and that always helps. But he looks very happy, and he's playing well, and so I think it's been a good transition for him.
So in his debut, Sonny played as a right winger,
Yeah.
and in the last week's match, he played he used as a center forward. So earlier this month, during the pre-game press conference, you mentioned that his position would be flexible. So does that mean that he's been given as a free role?
No. Flexible meaning we see him as well as our other attackers switching positions during the game. There will be games where maybe he plays on the flanks, maybe he plays through the middle. They have the freedom to change positions during the game. Not just Sonny, but Denis, David, and Nate. Jeremy is more of a classic nine. It all depends on the opponent. It all depends on our tactical solutions for that particular match. If there's also a physical and health component, if there are injuries, not injuries. So there's many factors that get weighed into a decision like that. But we know what he can do and that he's useful in all attacking positions. And we intend to use him that way.
So since you arrived, what has been the biggest change in the team atmosphere, training process, or overall, in overall dynamics?
Yeah, I think he has brought a sense of it's I think it's a sense of extra motivation that the group has, and kind of a little bit of wind in our sails, and a little bit of confidence that you bring in such a high quality player as Sonny is, and team the team needed that, and I think the team is using that, and I think you can see the team playing with a little more confidence, and now it's a matter of maintaining that momentum moving forward in the next couple of weeks to finish in a strong fashion.
From SBS, it's really hot. I like to know, like, Sonny can adjust to the LA weather. Now London is really different than LA.
I wish I had a camera this way to see how you're sweating, and then the question is perfect. Yeah, we manage training for everyone, and so we take weather in consideration. We take in our physical loading over the past couple of weeks. We take in not just the team's physical state, also mental state, but also individually. So Sonny is finishing his preseason, if you will, and we have shortened training sessions. We have taken the intensity out to be sure that on game day every player feels 100% fresh and ready to go.
There, biggest American. So 2 games in, Sonny is already drawn a penalty and set a goal. So what impressed you most about his arm?
Nothing. I think his career is well documented, and so we've obviously watched him for many years, function at a high level. I think what stands out the most so far has been his just game intelligence or game IQ, adapting to our league and our way of playing very quickly in a very short amount of time. I think that is what has impressed me the most, but didn't surprise me. We knew he was capable of doing that. Yeah.
Just the challenge, Dallas, tough road trip as well, and the third of three. And again, and similar, I guess, with the Revs and the Flyer, a team that really needs points. How do you get ready for a unique challenge, the road trip and the opponent?
Yeah, in the same way. I think we had a good match plan against Chicago and the Revs, implemented a little better against the Revs than Chicago. We intend to do the same. We've had 2 road games, 4 points. Now with the opportunity to grab 3 more, it's very motivating for us. And so I think we really want to close out this road schedule out with a win. And we feel confident we have the tools to do it. And this has been a few years coming now. I don't think we have won a game there in Dallas. And so we're really looking forward to changing that narrative.
And obviously, when that time comes, exciting to come back home. That'd be a big event after a 3-week, this is a very odd scheduling quirk, I would imagine. Have you seen similar that kind of intensity of a road trip?
No, it is odd. I don't know that our schedules, our availability of our stadiums, everything is very complicated, and so hopefully there are smarter people than I am who are doing the scheduling, um, figuring it all out. But yeah, it's not normal. But again, the schedule is the schedule. We accept it. We're not the only team who plays a few games on the road, so um, it is the MLS is not a balanced schedule. That is one of the differences in our league to other leagues around the world. And for those reasons mentioned, it cannot be balanced. And so we do the best we can. So we just accept it, and we've done extremely well. And we want to finish this 3-game road streak with another W, and 7 points, I think, would be fantastic.
Tony is still new here, and but have you noticed moments in training or games that impressed the team the most?
Yeah, I think I mentioned earlier, he's only been here a couple of weeks, but it feels like he's been here a year. How well his integration process has gone along. That speaks for Sonny. That also speaks for LAFC and his teammates. I think just his ability to adapt so quickly and his intelligence on the fields of learning the MLS, learning LAFC, that has impressed me the most.
So, as a coach and a former defender who faced Sonny previously,
Yes.
so what differences do you see in a team's defense strategy?
Well, I think a big winner in all of this could be like a Denis or a David or a Nate and a Jeremy when he comes back from injury, or anybody who plays next to Sonny. He'll attract more attention. He'll attract more defenders. Defenders will stay closer to him. He will get double teamed, which will mean that somebody else is open. And so I think there are indirect ways he can help us and how others can profit.
All right, we'll now move to take questions online. Josh, go ahead.
Thanks. Hey, Steve. Talk about another attacker, Timothy Tillman. How do you see him in the front three? I mean, he was turning the ball over like crazy, causing havoc for back lines. It seems like he's a real benefit there, but versus what he brings to the midfield, how do you see that and the opportunities he may get on either side?
Yeah, Timmy has helped us out there as an offensive player or interpreting an offensive role in his way, and he did really well. He was very active. He was always dangerous. He has those qualities. When he first came to LAFC, he was more of a 10 than he was a midfielder, an 8. And so we've known he has that. He also has the physical capabilities to play in all 3 positions up top. And I think it's a little bit like Mateusz Bogusz last year. It's unorthodox. It's a midfielder playing an attacking role, and it's unorthodox for defenders and other teams to defend that. And we really enjoy seeing Timmy up there and not giving him too much instruction, just letting him feel the game. And letting him understand that he has some freedoms, but there are some things we need from him, and he's done really well. And so it's just another tool we have that we've tried out, and it's been successful, and we're looking forward to using that to finish the season.
Yeah, and Nkosi Tavare, you and I talked about him about a month ago, and he's obviously had a great chance now, 8 straight starts, all 90 minutes. Seems to have been a presence in the back line. What are you getting from him? And considering the situation you have, how far along is Ryan Porteous in terms of a backup potential? How are you feeling about your center backs at the moment?
Yeah, Kosi has done extremely well stepping in and coming from a supplemental role and not getting a whole lot of minutes to then coming in and just being very consistent and solid is one thing, but also to make us better. And so I couldn't be happier and more impressed with Kosi, how he's handled himself on the field. He has become more of a leader in his own way, become more verbal, and making the position his own. So fantastic work from him, and almost like a new signing, if you will. And I think Porteous is close. We're just waiting on his paperwork to get finished. Could happen any minute now. So hopefully he can be added as soon as possible. And that's where we are. I think overall we're fine with the center back position. When Kenny Nielsen has stepped up big in the Leagues Cup for us and is there for us if we need him in the MLS.
And one more quickly from me. After the match, the last match, Mark Delgado sort of described Son as the missing piece. He talked about how good he's been in linking up play and sort of the fluidity of the team. Do you see Son also as a missing piece? I mean, is that just you bring in a world-class player and you're getting the benefit of that, or is he specifically sort of plugged in a way that really makes it feel like, like you said, he's been here a year already?
Look, his qualities are what they are. He's proven himself time and time again at the highest levels, and that's what you bring in first and foremost. On top of that, you bring a player whose profile fits exactly what we look for in one of those three positions up top. And I think I've mentioned this before. Sonny is a player we've talked about for many years at this club. That is the type of player that we look for, the type of attacker that fits in well with our system, the type of attacker that will be successful in this league. And we couldn't be happier to finally have him here in LA. And again, his adaptation period has been very rapid and quite impressive.
All right, we'll move to the last question. Charlie, go ahead.
Hey, Steve, this is Charles Baum with MLSsoccer.com. Thanks for your time today. I too have a Son question. You played with and against some huge names in your career and as a coach. What is the whole show like around Son? Just the fan response. I know he hasn't played at home yet, but the response you're seeing in the stadiums, the media coverage, just the excitement that he seems to promote. Can you compare that to anything you've seen in the past?
It's been very positive and uplifting, and busier. I mean, it was similar to when I was named the head coach. Similar vibe around the club. No, it's been awesome, and it's great for us. It's great for the league. It's great for Sonny. But when you get to know him as a person and you see his charisma and you feel his presence, it's very understandable too, and it's very logical that he does excite people and fans, members of the media, and people around our club. I see our youth coaches and employees around the club want to watch more training sessions. 2 weeks ago, we couldn't be more boring. Now we're not. So yes, it's an out of excitement and level that players of his stature bring to our club. And we've had some experiences in the past with some other players, whether it's Giorgio, Gareth Bale, Carlos Vela, to name a few, obviously Hugo and Olivier. So we have some experience, but Sonny is in his own right a little different, and also anytime you bring in something different, it's a little more interesting too. And so it's wonderful to have that as well. And again, we're very, very pleased he's here.
Is that something you think gives the guys a lift on game day?
Yeah, it does.